She didn't turn cold randomly. It happened right after you got closer. And this is exactly where you start losing her. At first, everything builds naturally. You connect, you open up, you get closer, more conversations, more time, more emotional depth, and it feels like progress, like things are finally moving forward. But then she changes. Less warmth, less effort, less openness. She becomes harder to read. And this is where most men get confused because it doesn't make sense. You got closer, so why does she feel further away? And this is where everything starts going wrong. Reason one, the dynamic becomes too predictable. At the beginning, there was uncertainty. She didn't fully know you, didn't know what to expect. There was tension. Now everything is clear. You text the same way, reply the same way, show up the same way. She knows what you'll say, when you'll reply, how you'll act. You think consistency builds attraction, but predictability kills tension. And without tension, interest starts to fade. And this is where it gets worse, because you don't notice it. You keep doing the same things that worked before, but the context changed. And now those same actions don't create the same effect. Reason two, you start giving more than the moment requires. You invest more time, more attention, more emotional energy. You open up more, you explain more, you try to deepen everything. You think you're building connection. She feels the weight of it because now it's no longer light. It feels serious, defined, expected. And this is where most men mess up because they try to lock in the connection instead of letting it develop. And the more you push depth, the more she feels pressure. And that's when she starts pulling away. Reason three, you lose your edge. At the beginning, you were relaxed, playful, unfiltered, present. Now you're more careful, more controlled, more focused on outcome. You think more before speaking. You filter your thoughts. You avoid saying the wrong thing. You try to maintain what you built. You think you're protecting the connection. She feels the change. Less spontaneity, less energy, less unpredictability. And this is where everything shifts because attraction isn't just comfort. It needs tension. And when that disappears, so does the spark. Reason four, you start reacting to her behavior. She becomes slightly distant. You notice it immediately. And instead of staying the same, you adjust. You text differently. You try to re-engage. You try to bring her back. You ask more. You push more. You try harder. You think you're fixing it. She feels pressure. And this is where everything breaks because now you're not interacting naturally. You're reacting to her distance, and that flips the dynamic. And this is what most men never realize. She didn't turn cold because something went wrong. She turned cold because something changed. The dynamic shifted from light to heavy, from natural to controlled, from tension to predictability. And this is the insight. Getting closer doesn't automatically build attraction. It changes the conditions. Now there's more emotion, more awareness, more sensitivity. And if you handle it the same way you handled the beginning, you lose balance. And that's when she pulls back. So what should you do instead? You don't overcorrect. You don't chase. You don't try to force warmth back. You maintain the same energy. You don't increase effort just because she decreased hers. You don't fill every silence. You don't try to fix distance instantly. You keep conversations natural. You allow pauses. You stay grounded even when she shifts. And this is where the dynamic resets because now it doesn't feel forced. It feels real again. She doesn't turn cold because you got close. She turns cold because of what you started doing after you did. And this moment doesn't mean it's over. It means the dynamic changed. And how you handle that change decides everything that happens next.